The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
You're now tuned into a Planet Fanatics production.
I am the Senate. Do it. Do it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics? I appreciate all of you guys being here this morning. We got some things to talk about. I appreciate it though. Naries, appreciate you being here. Appreciate the love on the animation style we've got. Groovy, appreciate it. Xavier, appreciate it. She loves fantasy. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. And everybody that's in the chat that's that's in the stream that's watching, that's not in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here this morning. So some of the things that we are going to talk about this morning was one of the things that I think a lot of us expected to drop yesterday morning, and that was the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about Shang-Chi 2 and how it's currently in development, still in development, moving along, I guess, over at Marvel Studios. Xmen92 season 2, 97, I'm sorry, season 2. And then the reports coming from Scooper James Mack saying that Blade is going to be, Mahershala Ali's Blade specifically, is going to be in Secret Wars. So we're going to talk about those things, get into some things like that, and then see what's going on. But again, appreciate all you guys being here this morning. Let me check one thing here to see if there was something else I wanted to add. But let me double check it. Okay. All right, no, I think that's it then. I think that'll do it. All right, yeah. So today is Thursday, so I am live this evening with my good pal Chillmonger. And we probably will add somebody. I got a message from Marcus this morning saying that he will not be able to be there. He's going out of town, so he won't be there this evening. But Chill and I should still be live. If something changes, I will, of course, we'll let you guys know. But we'll probably just fill that spot. I don't know if Blue or somebody might be available, so we'll probably fill that spot and continue on with the live stream for this evening. And that is the Pantheon stream. If you have not, if you're new to this stream or whatever, and you've never seen one of the Pantheon streams, that is the Pantheon live stream that we do on Thursdays. But let's get into everything that's going on today. So let's start with Xmen97. So if you guys know, I have been quite critical of Bo DeMeo outside of his writing for Xmen97. I think his writing for Xmen97 is brilliant. I've said that from day one. I always give credit where credit's due. When it comes to Bo, I tend to lean more to believing the things that were said about him and from his coworkers and things like that. I tend to again lean to believing more of that. And despite all of those things going on in his personal life, as far as like the lawsuit and things and I don't know what's going on with that. I know he scrubbed his Twitter, so I'm not really sure what's going on exactly with all of that. But despite all of that, the brother can write. He's a damn good writer. Xmen97 was outside of, like, for me, outside of WandaVision and No Way Home, was one of the best things that we've gotten from Marvel post Endgame, and this was brilliant. This was great. It had everything. It had the feelings. It had the action, the dialogue, the stakes. Everything was there for Xmen97 season 2. And again, a lot of that I credit to Bo DeMeo. Now, seeing this trailer, seeing what I've seen from this looks phenomenal. This looks great. Now, I know that a lot of what they did was already still a lot of Bo's work, but from my understanding, I think they also stripped it down to the bare bones and tried to kind of navigate their own way with this. I think they changed a lot of what Bo was originally going to do and things like that. Now, since this trailer has dropped, he hasn't said anything. And again, I think that may be due to why the reasons why he scrubbed his Twitter or whatever's going on personally with the lawsuit or whatever. But correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe he has said anything about this. The reception to this, though, has been great. Not only the reception to this trailer, but the people that have gotten to see the first 4 episodes. I know Grace Randolph was one of them that got to see the first 4 episodes, and she raved about it and said that it was phenomenal. I know she said something about the 4th episode. We'll get into what they said, though, with what some of the people did say, because I have that article pulled up. But this was, from what I saw, it was great. It was great. It still felt like season 1, just from the trailer. Now, granted, we haven't seen the episodes yet, but this still felt like season 1. It felt like we were picking up right where we left off. It felt like the stakes were still high. So I'm really excited for Xmen92. Why I keep calling it Xmen92? Xmen97 season 2. I'm really excited for this. Like I said, the first season was great. And one of the things that I even said going into this season was, "Ooh, I don't know that they can do this. I don't know that they can pull this off without Bo DeMeo." And granted, still have not seen a full season, haven't seen an episode, but just judging off the trailer that they gave us, this was great. It felt like, okay, maybe they don't need Bo, but again, got to see the show. But let's see what this trailer was about, and then we'll see what the people were saying.
We're back, baby. We are the X-Men.
Together, we're unstoppable. Plenty of tricks up my sleeve. Oh dear.
We are the dawn that breaks is night.
We're soldiers.
Whatever forces await, we shall face them together.
He's the X-Men's most diabolical foe, Apocalypse. I will be all that is left.
Fantastic. Man, that looks good. That looks great. And they've literally put everybody in there. Everyone's in it. It looks great. I saw so many tweets with that final shot of Apocalypse saying, "Oh, this nigga's about to kill everybody." Like it looks so good. And again, if you watched season 1 from episode to episode, now the Mojo episode was a filler episode, but I felt like the Mojo episode was honestly the only filler episode. Although I didn't care for the Storm stuff with her fighting the demons in the actually, let me rephrase that. It wasn't so much that she was fighting the demons, because I actually found the demon conversations that she was having with the demon pretty interesting. The dialogue between her and the demon were pretty interesting. What I didn't like was the fact that she was absent for majority of all the stuff that was going on. I mean, when the Sentinels attacked X Mansion, she was not there. But even when she did show up, and she and Forge were supposed to do whatever the fuck they did, and she still got bitch slapped. I didn't like that. So although I did not like Storm's presence and absence, lack thereof presence in the first season. The first season was still really, really good, and the only filler episode was that Mojo episode. But this feels like, again, we're picking up right where we left off. The stakes are still going to be high. We're adding so many more characters into this because, you know, the stakes again are a lot higher. Shit's about to get dangerous. You know, people are likely going to die. I mean, we lost so many of the mutants in season 1 due to the attack on Genosha, and Emma was one of the only survivors from that, and now she's in her diamond form. So we've gotten to see Emma. We're seeing Wolfsbane. One of the things that's really exciting about this for me, as you guys know, I collect Marvel Legends, is seeing all the potential new figures that we're going to get, like Polaris. Polaris being in there is really dope. Polaris and Magneto's relationship, the complications that they have in between and in their relationship, I'm sure are going to be played out and performed here very well. Seeing Havoc, well, if you see Polaris 9 times out of 10, you're going to see Havoc, but seeing Havoc, Psylocke, Siren, Strong Man, like it's all of them. It's really dope. It's really, really dope. One of my favorites is Colossus. We got to see him in the other trailer. So, and I think in this one, we got a really brief glimpse of him. So I'm ready. Again, I was worried about the absence of Bo, although even with the things that I've said about Bo, I was worried about the absence of Bo. And again, I still may be a little apprehensive on his absence just because I haven't seen a single episode yet. But the people that did see the episodes had some pretty good things to say about it. And this is what they had to say about the episodes that they saw. So Xmen92 season 2, Xmen97 season 2 Rotten Tomatoes score revealed as critics weigh in on the first 4 episodes. Following today's new trailer, we have the first reviews for the second season. Blah blah blah. On the more negative side, the first 2 episodes are said to be somewhat overstuffed with too many characters and plot lines. Even so, X97 season 2 is currently sitting at a perfect 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. This person says X97 is absolutely epic. Season 2 wastes no time throwing us right back into the action and sets up Apocalypse as one of the most diabolical threats we've ever seen in the MCU. Animation and voice, is this the MCU? Animation and voice acting is top tier. And there, I mean, as far as where the Xmen97, this group of X-Men, are they in the MCU timeline? I don't believe so. It's top tier, and there are a few awesome surprises. The X-Men are back, baby. This person says season 2 is breathtaking, triumphant. It raises the bar once again with emotionally powerful storytelling, unforgettable action sequences, and stunning visuals. Your favorite mutants have never looked so damn good. Another extraordinary achievement from Marvel Animation. Yeah. The animation is dope. Animation looks great. The first 4 episodes of X97 made me eager to see where the series intends to take the remaining episodes and future seasons. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of love this season. The animation remains top tier and score sublime. This one says Xmen97 season 2 wastes absolutely no time raising those stakes. I watched the first 4 episodes with a big smile plastered on my face, and some of my favorite characters were given the time to shine. They perfectly captured just how powerful Apocalypse is. Yeah, bro. I can't wait to see Apocalypse. The first 4 episodes of X97 season 2 are stellar. Can't wait to talk about episode 3. These first 4 episodes move at breakneck pace. Okay. This person says season 2 is everything you could want. After seeing the first 4 episodes, I'm reminded just how powerful and emotional this series is. It feels like falling in love with X-Men all over again. This is the definitive Apocalypse, but prepare to be gutted. Yeah, and I said that's what I'm saying. We're probably going to lose a lot of our favorite characters. A lot of people that were being introduced probably don't get too attached. They probably are going to die. And I find that extremely. I love shows like that because that's one of the big draws to the first season. The attack on Genosha was so well done. In the emotion that was conveyed from Magneto, especially when he was protecting the Morlocks, and he spoke in German and told him, he had told Leech that, I'm gonna make sure that this doesn't happen again, and blah blah blah. And Leech believed that, and him holding that up while holding back Rogue from coming to try to save him, the emotion that you feel in that, even though he didn't die, the emotion that you feel in that, but Leech and everybody else died. The emotion you feel in that moment from Magneto, from Rogue, even from Gambit trying to save Rogue from doing something stupid and killing herself. The stakes are so high. The show is so fucking good, man. And the what's frustrating is this is the same Marvel Studios. They could lean into that emotion. They could lean into that writing, and they could lean into giving quality shows like that every time on Disney Plus. They really could, because Xmen97 is just top tier. It honestly is top tier. This person says Xmen97 season 2 confidently drives into the darkness of apocalypse, offering a two-sided coin of what it means to take action through him and Cable. While the first 4 episodes of Xmen97 season 2 are still excellent, it is a step down from season 1, from the season 1 start. Splitting the teams and the narratives made it disjointed, yet all of it gets resolved all too quickly too. Oh no. So are they all back together by like episode 4? Because if he's saying it all gets resolved, then the only way he knows that is within the first 4 episodes that he's seen. So I'm assuming the teams come back together within those first 4 episodes. Still, episodes 3 and 4 are incredible. Definitely want to see more. That's what everybody keeps saying. Episode 3 is incredible. Xmen97 season 2 doesn't skip a beat in quality, spirit, and message. Solve the first 4 episodes. Animation continues striving. The performances push the characters into higher stakes and connections. Much like season 1, there are lines and moments you won't want to miss. That's one of my favorite things, is dialogue, the lines, some of the things said. Because I still I've gone back and listened to the speech that Magneto gave at the UN, and the speech that God, who I think is Mystique. I forget her name. Blonde haired. The speech that she gave the Magneto was right speech. So many good lines of dialogue in season 1 for sure. Last one says Xmen97 season 2 is a vast improvement on its predecessor, but comes across as overstuffed with characters despite its relatively straightforward plot lines. Okay. Yep. So, Xmen97 season 2. When does that come out? It comes out July 1st. So that's in a couple of weeks. In a couple of weeks, we get to see Xmen97 season 2, and I'm probably going to do reactions to those. I did reactions to season 1, so I'm probably going to do reactions to season 2 as well, because again, it's beautiful. It's cinema. It's peak Marvel. Again, one of the best things they've done post Endgame. But as always, questions for you guys. So let me know down below what you guys are thinking. Are you excited for Xmen97 season 2? Did you enjoy season 1? Do you have the same apprehensions that I still kind of have, because I haven't seen an episode of it yet, about Bo's absence? Or are you like, no, this looks great with or without Bo? So you guys let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Let's see what you guys are saying over here. Let's see. Cleve17 said, "I'm glad they added more characters. That Deadpool scene better be sick." Yeah. Only thing about that is I was hoping it was really Deadpool and not Morph just morphing into Deadpool, because that's not really Deadpool in that scene, is it? That's Morph turning into him, isn't it? But yeah, it is cool to see more characters. Xavier said, "I assume they will use most of his ideas for season 2." Is that true? Now let me see here. Let me double check that. How much season 2? Season 2 Xmen97 is Bo DeMayo's work. Bo DeMeo wrote and completed his duties for the early scripts of season 2 prior to his firing of Marvel Studios in March 2024. However, the exact percentage of his work that remains in the final episodes is a mix of his original ideas and significant rewrites overseen by new showrunner Matthew Chauncey. While Marvel legally could not and did not strip him of his writing credits for the work that he completed, the studio reportedly rewrote the majority of the second season after his departure. Certain episodes, such as the third and fourth, the ones that people are saying are phenomenal, still heavy retained DeMeo's fundamental writing. Okay, so I have an issue with that then. Here's a red flag. That's a red flag. And the reason that's a red flag is because the episodes that people are saying are the best are 3 and 4. People are, nobody's saying anything about episode 1 or episode 2. They're saying that 3 and 4 are the best. And if we are to believe this, and I do believe this here, that says that the second season after his departure, certain episodes, such as the third and fourth, still heavily retain Bo DeMeo's fundamental writing, character beats, but the overarching direction and final dialogue are collaborative effort involving other members in the writing, which I don't mind the collaborative effort. Obviously, the man's not there anymore. But if the episodes that people are raving about are 3 and 4, and those are the ones that he wrote, then how much of 5, 6, 7, and 8 did he write? And I think there might be 9. How much of the last 5 episodes did he write? How much of his work is still involved in that? Because again, it's a little bit of a red flag. I'm not screaming, I'm not waving thousands of red flags right now, but it's a bit of a red flag for me when I see that the people that have seen the first 4 episodes are ranting and raving about episodes 3 and 4, and those are the episodes that he wrote, and they have rewritten a lot of his work. So again, how much of the man's writing is in those final 5 episodes? We shall see. So yes, a bit apprehensive on my end, but yeah, we'll see. Andre said, was there ever comic book movie fatigue or just terrible movie fatigue? No, I'd never believed in the comic book movie fatigue. I think we talked about it during the height of that stuff, but I never believed in the comic book movie fatigue. It was just people didn't want to see dumb shit fatigue. People were done with mediocre projects. Yeah, Siren's a girl. You're thinking Banshee, but Siren's a girl. Johnny Rastafari said Storm had the longest screen time in the roll call. She did, because she had to give her whatever she said. Neri said the trailer doesn't show much of Storm in different scenes, so we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. One of my biggest criticisms with Bo was his lack of love and care for the Black characters, although some disagree. I know Chill is one that disagrees with me heavily on that, but and that's my brother. You guys know that, but Chill disagrees with me heavily on that, where I say Bo DeMeo did not give a damn about Black characters, and I thought it was very evident. It was very obvious due to the treatment of the Black characters that we did see. So we shall see if these writers and these people that are on season 2 give a damn a bit more about Storm and see how much screen time she has opposed to other Omega level mutants. Johnny said, peak, this has the potential to be the greatest American animated show of all time. I'm talking up there with Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is phenomenal. It really is. Lawrence said the animation is even better. Yeah, Bo still wrote on it for sure. But like I said, I think that they really did strip a lot of his stuff down. Lawrence also says season 3 is where we have to worry the most. Let's see. Xavier said, I'm sure Bo will be there to tell us which ideas are his and which ones they rewrote. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, man hasn't been on Twitter. I don't know if that's due to the legal stuff going on, or maybe they're close to court dates or whatever. I don't know. He scrubbed his Twitter, took a lot of stuff off. He hasn't tweeted anything, but once he watches it, he might. I'm sure he probably will. Like I said, I'm just shocked he hasn't, because that's all he ever did was critique and talk about Marvel. They will be back. Let's see. Lawrence said, who said they rewrote most of it? Marvel never said that. Oh, not talking to me. Cleve17 said, need to hire them to write some Marvel movies. Iris said, can't wait for Xmen97 season 2. Yeah. It is Morph. Okay. It is Morph. Yeah. Good morning, Wolverine. Appreciate you being here. Xavier said, well, that is quite telling that his episodes were called out as the best. Yeah, it is. It is. So I'm thinking Banshee. Yeah, Banshee. Lawrence said Storm was missing most of the first season and depowered. Yep. Missing, depowered, stressed. Even when she got powered, she got bitch slapped by Bastion for trying to level with his humanity. But yeah, all right, that's Xmen97. Let's move on to the next topic here. The next thing we're going to move to is going to be Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, post-Endgame, I will also say was one that was very well done, in my opinion. I really enjoyed Shang-Chi. I thought Shang-Chi was great. I did not, one of my biggest things I always say about Marvel is their third acts typically, for me, tend to stink. And the third act for Shang-Chi is no better. It stinks as well. I'm not the biggest fan of the fighting scenes in Talo. I think the stuff between him and his dad is great. Even when the dragon comes out, it's great. But the other stuff, I really didn't care for. Like when I forget her name. His friend, she was the one that hit the Dweller in Darkness with the arrow, of course. Didn't really care for that part, and didn't care for some of the other parts in the final scenes either. But overall, Shang-Chi was great. I thought the opening to Shang-Chi was great. I thought the stuff between him and the fight between him and his father and his mother outside of Talo was phenomenal. God, that fight scene is so good. The way they utilize the rings, really cool. And I think Simu Lee does a really good job of playing Shang-Chi. So I thought that this movie was great. The bus scene, great. I thought that obviously coming out of COVID, it didn't get as much attention as it should have gotten in theaters, but it was still a really good movie. Really good movie. It has been 5 years, however, since we have sniffed, talked, or said anything about a sequel. Even Simu Lee himself has gone on Twitter and said things in regards to a sequel. He's been on different talk shows, late night talk shows, and said things in regards to a sequel, but also ending it with, haven't heard anything just yet, but it's in the works. So Destin Daniel Creighton is the director for Shang-Chi. He also is the director for Wonder Man. He also is the director for Spider-Man. At one point in time, Destin Daniel Creighton was going to direct the next Avengers film, which was going to be Kang Dynasty. I think once they took Kang Dynasty from him and then said, hey, we'll give you another big name and given him that Spider-Man name. I'm kind of glad Destin did not do an Avengers film. I thought just because he came in and did Shang-Chi, that was a little wild to be giving him an Avengers film. And I think that Marvel came to their senses and thought the same. I think Destin is a great director. I think he's great. I think that what we've seen thus far with Spider-Man Brand New Day looks phenomenal. I didn't care for Wonder Man, so I can't really, speak to his directorial vision there. But I did care for Shang-Chi, and I thought he was great there as well. So I think that as an in-house director that already has worked with Marvel, he does a really good job. So he has opened his mouth and talked recently about Shang-Chi Season 2. This is coming from Collider, where they say the sequel for Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings has received an exciting update after 5 years of silence. The project entered development in 2021, crazy, following the success of Simu Lee's led film, and its director, Destin Daniel Creighton, has been tied to other Marvel Studios projects like Wonder Man, which earned a rare Season 2 renewal, and the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day, with Shang-Chi confirmed to appear in Avengers Doomsday. Will fans be seeing more of this Marvel hero? In a recent interview, Creighton revealed that Shang-Chi Season 2 is still in the works, aligning that Simu Lee's similar comeback or comments back in 2024. The filmmaker noted that the first movie came out at an unusual time due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so not many theaters were open to showing it. He also hinted that the change in the industry may have contributed to the projection delay. This is Destin saying, we are developing a second one. You know, what's going on is what went on with the entire industry since that. You know, that movie came out like like it was successful, but it actually came out weirdly. It was successful at the time when there was like a new wave of COVID was hitting, so it was still successful, but it was also, I think, many countries were completely shut down to theaters at that time. And what? At that time. After that, there were just crazy changes all over the place. So it was just a result of the industry. Is Shang-Chi season 2, or I'm sorry, is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings worth watching? Okay. Yeah. So Shang-Chi Shang-Chi 2 is in the works and it's coming, although they've given nothing else about this. This is, again, since 2021, they've not been able to tell you anything about Shang-Chi. He had his first film. We haven't seen him since the post-credit scene of his film when he was talking to, what we assume are members of the Avengers, Carol, Wong, Hulk. I think that was it. That was there. Speaking to them about and I don't even know if this is even relevant anymore, but speaking to them about the beacon that was activated that they felt from the rings and things like that, and how ancient they are and blah, blah, blah. Haven't seen Shang-Chi since then. Now, before they closed that scene, I think Hulk told him, welcome to the crazy or something, welcome something, basically kind of welcoming him into the Avengers in a way. So we do know that he is an Avenger because we know that from the footage that was shown at CinemaCon that he is in the X Mansion. From what we know from rumors and leaks and stuff, the Avengers are going to aid the Fantastic Four when they go to the X-Men universe to, try to either are being manipulated by Dr. Doom at that time, because Doom is going to be with them, being manipulated by Doom. I'm assuming going to that universe for whatever reasons he's told them. They are going to get the aid of the Fantastic Four. The Avengers are also going to be there with the new Avengers, the Thunderbolts, as well. They are going to go to the X-Men universe. And from what we understand, when they get to the X-Men universe, a big fight breaks out in the X-Mansion. And that is a fight where we see Mystique go up against Yelena, or we also see Shang-Chi go up against Gambit. So Shang-Chi is a part of the Avengers. He is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. I remember early rumors saying that he was even going to make an appearance. Him and Anthony Mackie were supposed to make an appearance in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, those were early rumors. Don't know if that was just something that was maybe on the table that got taken off the table, but a lot of people assumed, because Destin Daniel Cretton was directing Spider-Man, that Shang-Chi would have his next MCU debut, or, some type of quick showing cameo in Spider-Man, but no, that's not happening. Now, why that would happen anyway, I'm not sure. From my understanding, Shang-Chi is in California, New Avengers, West Coast Avengers. Spider-Man is in New York. So now, not to say that he couldn't just be in New York, but yeah. So they've not given anything new, nothing new. There's no name for the second film. There's no quick synopsis for the second film. That may all be on paper somewhere, maybe in Destin's, journals and what he's got going on for his upcoming projects, but they have given nothing for Shang-Chi, nothing. It came out during COVID. 2 has been in production since 2021. It's currently 2026. And if I'm Simu Lee, I am a little upset, like he has been on Twitter with some of the comments and things that he's made, because you got Wonder Man, which was absolute ass. I know that a lot of you in the comments like Wonder Man. Wonder Man was absolute fucking dog shit ass. That's where the saxophones start to play. Wonder Man was so bad. And again, I know a lot of Wonder Man had no business putting Yaya the second as that character. You race swapped him throughout the entire 8 episodes. We never found out what the motherfucker's powers were. We saw him break a table and break out Ben Kingsley from prison. Wonder Man was trash. Wonder Man was trash. All right. So again, I know a lot of you liked Wonder Man. Wonder Man was trash though. So if I'm Simu Lee, I'm a little upset. Why the hell is Wonder Man getting to season 2? And I haven't even gotten a name for my second film yet. Crazy. And again, same director. It's Destin. But I know a lot of you guys liked Wonder Man, and I don't want to shit on it too much, but I would be upset if I was Simu Lee as well. But again, nothing new. Just talk from Destin that, hey, it's in development. We're working on it. It's coming. Who knows what year it's coming? I'm sure I don't want to say obviously. The second one probably will come in this next phase, which is going to be coming from phase 0, according to the Russo brothers. We are starting at phase 0 at the end of Secret Wars, which again, just makes sense. Restart it all, reboot. We've got all the toys to play with. Start it all from the beginning and do these characters properly and give Shang-Chi a damn good second film, because it's been waiting so damn long. The post-credit scene with his sister now taking over the 10 rings. Where's that going? We need to know. We got answers. We need answers. So you guys let me know down below what you guys are thinking. Are you excited for Shang-Chi 2? Did you like the first one? Do you think it's been way too long since we've seen Shang-Chi in a cameo mentioned and anything like that? So you guys let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Let's see what you guys are saying over here. Johnny said Shang-Chi 2 can introduce the Chinese Iron Fist, Lin Li, and the 10 Rings first Immortal Dragon could be fire. Yeah. What's the dude's? There was a dude that auditioned for Shang-Chi, but Simu Lee beat him. Everybody's saying he should play Iron Fist. What is his name? Actor for the role of Shang-Chi. Here he is. Ludi Lin. I don't want to pronounce these names incorrectly, but Ludi Lin is who they're saying. They said that he went out for the role of Shang-Chi, but obviously did not get the role, and said that he would be a good fit for Iron Fist, for the Chinese Iron Fist. And I agree, because they're bringing what's his name? The actors from Game of Thrones that played Iron Fist. Netflix. He's back. The Defenders are back. So yeah. Yeah, but I agree with this here. Since if he didn't get this role of Shang-Chi, go ahead and let's make him the Iron Fist, Chinese Iron Fist, for sure. Lawrence said they should have gave him X-Men over the Thunderbolts, the Thunderbolts guy. You're talking about Destin Creighton, X-Men over Shire? This whole thing with Shire, it's interesting. They must have really loved what he did with Thunderbolts. And as you guys know, I didn't hate Thunderbolts. I was one that came out of Thunderbolts and said it wasn't bad. It's one of the better things that they've given. But it's interesting to give him X-Men. Dwayne said the only thing wrong with Shang-Chi was Awkwafina cosplay. Yeah, Awkwafina, her. Awkwafina's character was annoying. She had a funny moment, like the plane, the conversation on plane where she said he changed his name from Shang to Sean. That was a funny conversation. Lawrence said they should replace Katie with Colleen Wing and the Iron Fist in the second one and do a tournament. Vaseline said Wonder Man was a blast. Hey, I know a lot of y'all liked Wonder Man. That's why I don't go too hard on Wonder Man. I try not to. Johnny, Wonder Man was fantastic. Darius, stop it. Hey, man, the violins are coming back. Or saxophones are coming back. Xavier said a lot of new characters have been sitting on the shelf while they've been realizing projects like Wonder Man. Yeah. Lauren said Wonder Man was not bad. It was just not a superhero show. It was a Hollywood show. LOL. It was made for critics. The show was terrible. I don't get how you take a superhero and you don't have superhero in the show. We're gonna take this superhero, but we're not gonna do superhero. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I get it. He was going for a role of Wonder Man, but he had powers. He had powers, and we saw them twice, bro. Twice when he broke a table, and when he flew Ben Kingsley out of jail. Twice in a superhero show. That'd be like us going to watch that's like the valid criticisms with Mr. Fantastic. Going to the Fantastic Four and him only stretching to grab beakers or wincing and crying out in pain when Galactus is stretching you, but that's literally your ability. Like, yeah, it's frustrating when I go to watch a superhero project or whatever and there's no superhero. I don't get it. Let's see. It's ass. I don't want to shit on it too much though. Lawrence said, "Where's Blue at? He hates Wonder Man with a passion." Yeah, Blue does too. So does Chill didn't like Wonder Man either. Ricardo said, "Would like a number 2 of Shang-Chi." Ricardo also said, "Hot take. I think Danny should be Asian." Finn Jones, that's his name. Yeah, Finn Jones. He also said, "Never made sense for me that the main continuity Iron Fist is a rich white man." I think that's a lot of complaints with it. Eugene said, "It's about how he handled in-term relationships." Are we talking about Wonder Man? Is that what Wonder Man was about? How he handled relationships? Are we talking about Wonder Man? I'm sticking beside yeah. Ricardo said, "Wonder Man had a great acting, but was still boo-boo because no superhero-ish." Hey, I'm telling y'all, we watched 2 completely different shows. I 2 completely different shows. Oh, Thunderbolts. Yeah, man. Wonder Man. 2 completely different shows because I struggle with Wonder Man. It's not even a struggle. I just completely don't like Wonder Man. Don't like it. And it made me zero. It didn't get me excited to see Yaya anywhere else in the MCU. Like I could care less if Wonder Man shows up anywhere else in the MCU because I had such a shit time with him on the 8 episodes. One of them he wasn't even in. We got a super appreciate that from Vaseline. Let's see here.
I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey. Well, I need a dollar.
Vaseline said Wonder Man was fun and Black Lead season 2 coming. Yes, it was Black Lead. Man, I really but you gave a super, so I'm gonna get into it. Here's the thing. Yes, it was Black Lead. Yahya Abdul-Mateen obviously is black. The character of Wonder Man, however, is not black, and that is the issue that I had with it from the very beginning. Even when they announced Wonder Man and they cast Yahya, I was like, why did we race swap Wonder Man? Why did we make him black? And the issue I have with the race swapping is because if a kid who has never seen Wonder Man or whatever, it's a new character, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so interested in this black character. Well, they're gonna go pick up a comic and like, let me go read more about this character, and they're gonna see that, well, in issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Wonder Man is white, and he's always going to be white. This little stint with him being black right now is temporary. He'll go back to being white. However, yes, it was a Black Lead, and for those of you that had fun with it, I'm glad you had fun with it. I did not. I went in optimistic. I tried to like it, although the advertising, the lack thereof of advertisement leading up to the show did not get me excited for it. But I was still like, you know what? Let me check out Wonder Man. Let me check out Wonder Man. Let me see if I like Wonder Man. And I was even more disappointed because, like I said, there was just little to no superheroing. Like, he didn't superhero. And I'm sure everybody's like, well, that's going to come in season 2. So you're telling me I have to watch, if I don't know anything about this character and you want me to like this character, I have to watch an entire season of him doing no superheroing. And then I have to go to season 2 and just maybe hope that they're superheroing. I can't do it. But hey, I love it for you guys that had fun with Wonder Man. Season 2 incoming, and it's coming for y'all because y'all loved it. They made Nick Fury black too. Yes, but Nick Fury is black in the Ultimates universe. So if you were to pick up a comic, you would see a black Nick Fury. Now, in the main Marvel 616 universe, obviously he's not. He is white. That is the main Nick Fury. I mean, that's the action figure Nick Fury I have. I don't have I want the black Nick Fury, but I do have the white Nick Fury. So I agree. But at least if you were to pick up a comic, you're going to get a black Nick Fury. You pick up a comic for Wonder Man. Yeah. And did they even explain how he got his ability? No. Did they go into that? I mean, does it matter? I guess maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe you don't need that. But said it was Atlanta with superpowers. I didn't see the superpowers. Did I need to go back and rewatch this shit? Did I miss the superpowers? Because I didn't see him. I saw him get upset, break a table. I saw them announce that his brother is playing the Grim Reaper. There was no Grim Reaping. I saw him charge up or something and break the bars off the doors and then fly Ben Kingsley out of the that's what I saw. So did I miss? Man, I am not about to play with y'all talking about episode 4 Doorman. I'm talking about Wonder Man's powers, not Doorman having you run through his abdomen. I'm talking about Wonder Man's powers. He didn't do shit. Ricardo said he had spats, but no actual scenes. I don't want spats. I want spats. I want to see it. Like, if we go see Doomsday and Doom is doing spats of his power, and we get the big powers in Secret Wars, how pissed would you be? I don't want spats. Lauren said in last episodes were the main power stuff. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back and rewatch because I didn't see it. Let me actually, I'm sure I don't even have to go rewatch. We can do this together. I'm sure I don't have to rewatch it. We can go right here because I'm sure somebody made it. Oops.
Running a business can be complicated.
What the hell? Let's see. Because I'm sure someone made this. Wonder Man, Simon Williams power and flight scenes. All right, let's see. It's 3 minutes. I'm shocked. All right, Wonder Man's power and flight scenes. Did he fly more than once? Because they said flight scenes with they made that shit plural. Let's see. Was that a power scene? Yeah, hey man, I'm not about to play with y'all. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Was that a power scene? Was his eyes glowing a power scene? Because if that was a power scene, hey man, this is why I said the last time, I don't want to hear y'all say shit bad about Moon Knight. Don't say shit bad about Ms. Marvel. Don't say shit bad. What's some of these other shit ones? Don't say shit bad about Echo. Don't say shit bad about Hawkeye. You better go back and rewatch all those. Don't say shit bad. You can't, and you damn sure better not say shit about what's that Secret Invasion? Because if this is a power scene and this was enjoyable, then that means you had a hell of a time with those other shits, the shit shows that they gave us. Because there's no way that you are considering his eyes glowing a power scene. There's no way. Stop it. Stop the cap. Let's go. What's the next one? What's the next power scene? Because I watched the show. I know I didn't miss shit. This is the power scene. Moving shit, vibrating. He looks constipated. Okay. So was this another power scene? The constipation, the vibrating of things, and then the smoke coming from the big gust of wind coming. That was another power scene? I'm not about to play with y'all. I'm not about to play with y'all. Not gonna do it. If this is what amounts to power scenes, then I had about 10 of them yesterday. I'll give him this. The breaking of the table, I'll give him this. Sure, why not? I'll give you this. I wanted more from it. I thought some more was going to come from it. I thought from this episode, hey, okay, brother's realizing he's got some powers. Maybe secretly he's already been the Grim Reaper. So maybe he's about to go, do some reaping. Nope. Just yelled at his brother some more. No reaping. Just yelled at his brother. Oh, another power scene. So he's Moses here. He's making water move. I'm shocked this is 3 minutes. I guess they maybe showed some more him doing, little things more than I saw. Maybe because I tuned out a lot too. See, I remember this scene, but I don't consider this a power scene. What is this? This is okay. The kick there, he did make him fly a little bit when he kicked him, but I don't consider this a power scene. This is some jujitsu ass shit. He's sitting here just manhandling them. This is not a power scene. What the fuck? Did that happen? Oh, this was that dream. This ain't a power scene. That's not a power scene. That didn't actually happen. I remember this scene. Didn't he get upset and make some shit move or whatever? That's all he did the whole show. He made shit move. And they're not telling us anything. What is his power? Is he like Soldier Boy from fucking The Boys? What is his power? What exactly? I know what Wonder Man's powers are in the comics. I'm trying to figure out if they have translated that to the screen. What is his power? I'm not sure. And I also really don't consider this a... Actually, I'll give him that. Fine, I'll give him that. I'll give him two. I'll give him the table and I'll give him this. I'll give him that. He crushed a building. I'll give him that. Why not? And then, of course, the flying scene where he flies Kingsley out of prison. Hey, man, you know what? I'm not about to play with y'all. If you liked Wonder Man, I'm loving it. But hey, we are not about to sit here and say that there were power scenes in Wonder Man. There were no power scenes in Wonder Man. None at all. None. Arthur said Wonder Man was good, needs improvements, but good, needs improvement. When you used to turn in, well, Arthur, you still know you're in school. When you turn in your a test or something like that, an assignment, and your teacher comes back with so many red marks. Do this, do that. No exclamation here. No punctuation here. You did this wrong. You did that wrong. No indentation here. You need to do this here. Change this sentence. Make this that. Blah 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 blah. Okay, next page. Oop, wrong, wrong, wrong. Those are the notes I'd give them on improvement. If Wonder Man needs an improvement is an understatement. It needs to feel like a superhero show, and it did not feel like that. Now, maybe season 2, they might grapple me in. Maybe season 2, they might say, hey, you know what, Darius? Boom. Superhero. Boom. We're doing it. We're doing all the superhero stuff. He's got the powers. He's got the flight. He's got the villains. We're actually doing episode-to-episode combat. Boom. It's here. I don't feel like that's going to happen. But, hey, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Y'all not about to take me down a Wonder Man tangent, though. Johnny said, I get it, Darius. She wanted to see powers, and I agree with you on that. But that doesn't change the fact that it was a great written show, and the character's development was really good. Hey, like I said, if y'all loved it, and you felt like it was a great written show, and he had character development, and he grew, let me tell you this, if that's what you're looking for in your superhero shows, if you're looking for character development and you're looking for your superhero to grow, not to say that I'm not looking for those things, but at the top of my fucking list, I'm looking for the superhero. Yes, great, let's grow. Yes, great, let's have character development. But damn, can I see you doing some superhero shit? Can I see you doing shit that I can't walk outside my house and see an average everyday nigga doing? If I wanted to watch Wonder Man, I just got to walk outside and watch a regular, average, everyday Joe doing regular, average, everyday shit. I can't walk outside and see a nigga zoom by me in the sky. I can't walk outside and see a nigga pick up a 1,000-ton building and toss it at another person. I can't see that. But if I walk outside, I can see Wonder Man, because Wonder Man was doing that exact shit that a average, everyday person does. So I don't understand. Like, I get it. Great character development. Yeehaw. Brilliant written show. Kudos. Where was the power set? Where was any of that? Where was any of that? Imagine going to Spider-Man in a few days or a few weeks, and he's just friendly neighborhood Peter Parker, helping kids tie their shoes, helping old ladies across the street. You need help taking these groceries inside? But no web slinging, no stretches before fighting, none of that. He's just average, everyday, run-of-the-mill Peter Parker. Hey, we cannot do this, Johnny! Knights of the Seven Kingdoms didn't show us no dragons, no Starks, no White Walkers, but it was great written show. It's not the same. You cannot compare Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, Sir Dunk the Tall, to Wonder Man. Sir Dunk the Tall did what I expected him to do in the show. He was tall, he was a knight, he was with Egg, he was fought in a tournament. He did exactly what I expected him to do. Wonder Man didn't do a fucking thing I expected him to do. There was no power set. He didn't have a villain. He didn't fight anyone. He auditioned, he ran, he got depressed and broke tables. He crushed a building. He had a dream about punching a hole through someone, but he didn't do anything. Sir Dunk the Tall did Sir Dunk the Tall shit. Like, he actually did shit that I would expect that character to do in a show called Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. And as I've said many times when talking about the world of Game of Thrones doesn't need dragons to survive. Game of Thrones doesn't need some of those other things that you mentioned to survive. Game of Thrones is good off of the dialogue. Game of Thrones is good off of the sure characters. To compare Wonder Man to any project from the Game of Thrones universe is a fallacy. It's false. It's a fallacy. It's false. That's crazy. It's crazy. You cannot compare Wonder shit to Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. And Knights of the Seven Kingdoms is not even one of Game of Thrones' best projects that they've ever done. No, 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 no. Blue said, don't move the goalpost. Xavier said, this was a show to hook the normies back in, plain and simple. We are not fooled by Wonder Man. Blue said, Knights of the Seven Kingdoms did exactly what it was supposed to do. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Wonder Man is a superhero. He didn't even become an actor till later. That's what I'm saying. Knights of the Seven Kingdoms did exactly what it was supposed to do. Like, there was nothing that Sir Dunk the Tall did or didn't do that I was expecting him to do or not do. Like, he was quintessentially the character I expected him to be. Wonder Man? I mean, we just watched a 3-minute clip of his powers from 8 episodes. From 8 episodes. You remember how mad people were when Wanda didn't do a fucking thing in the first 2 episodes of WandaVision? Because it was, black and white. People were so confused with the black. I was one of them. I was confused with the black and white. It was black and white. It was the 60s, 50s theme. She was doing fucking, TV land witch shit. Everybody was like, what is this? What is this? Imagine if Wanda, throughout the entirety of WandaVision, just crinkled her nose and moved shit. Imagine if Vision, throughout the entirety of WandaVision, just, I don't know, phased through walls or something. And it's not as if we have to imagine that, because we've had shows akin to Wonder Man, which is why this is so baffling to me. We've had shows akin to Wonder Man where people complained. Let's not forget, people complained about Hawkeye, the lack of action in Hawkeye. People were like, why are we watching this? Where's the action? He's not doing anything. Moon Knight. How come every time Moon Knight does something, they move the camera or we're not seeing it? And people were complaining online. But we get Wonder Man. He doesn't do a fucking thing. And everybody's like, that's my superhero show. That's the shit I've been looking for, Marvel. Bravo. Give me more. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm done trying to wrap my head around this thought process that Moon Knight was shit, but Wonder Man is fantastic. I can't do it. I can't. I refuse. We're moving. I refuse. We're moving on. We're moving on. I refuse. Okay. Mahershala Ali is back in talks with people, and has his name coming from James Mack. I don't want to say with people. It's coming from James Mack. As we all know, James Mack is a scooper. And not one of the best scoopers out there, but he is a scooper, and he's gotten some things right. He's gotten some things wrong. However, he is a scooper. And he put out there a few days ago that Wonder Man, I'm sorry, now y'all got me talking about fucking Wonder Man. That Blade, Mahershala Ali's Blade specifically, would be returning to the, making his first ever debut in the MCU. And I do not count that shit in Eternals, where he said, are you ready? Are you sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman? That doesn't count. We did not see him. We heard his voice. We've not seen any concept art of Mahershala Ali as Blade. The only thing we have of Mahershala Ali as Blade is his likeness as Blade in that what if secret, what was that Marvel Zombies stuff that they did. That's the only thing we have. We have nothing of him. No concept art, no renderings, no nothing of Mahershala Ali. Mahershala Ali himself, I believe, has only publicly said maybe 2 things about it when asked about it. And I know the month was December, but it was a couple years ago. It's a couple years back, where he said he's ready whenever they are, or something like that. It's still a go, or something like that. We had the whole drama of his lawyer even coming out saying that this is the most unprofessional thing she's ever been a part of. There were so many things going on behind the scenes from who was supposed to play Lilith. I forget her name. That was supposed to play Lilith. She did that awkward interview where she took that long ass pause, was like, okay, yeah, I'm fairly confident we're still doing it, or whatever. To it being shelved, to it being canceled, to it being hearing nothing specific from Marvel Studios, to again hearing nothing from Mahershala Ali at all. So we've heard from scoopers like Daniel RPK and Alex of the Cosmic Circus that no, instead of getting his own film, he is going to make his debut in Midnight Suns, where he is going to be the leader of the Midnight Suns and things like that. Don't know if the Midnight Suns is something that's actually going to happen. There was actually some mention on Midnight Suns from who plays Elsa Bloodstone. She played Elsa Bloodstone in the special that they did. What's her name? Laura Donnelly. She said excited for her Elsa Bloodstone and Werewolf by Night to return to the MCU. There are so many other characters to explore there, and I'd love to see them all come together. Bring the Midnight Suns in, I say. So I'm sure Midnight Suns is something that has been talked about amongst those different actors and actresses that play the more spooky side of the MCU characters like Elsa Bloodstone, Man-Thing, Werewolf by Night, etc., etc. I'm assuming maybe Moon Knight might be maybe even on the team. You may even do Wong on the team. Brother Voodoo would be great on the team. You might do Ghost Rider on the team. Even Wolverine. Wolverine would even be good on the team. So Clea, who's currently in the MCU, would be good on the team. So you could do any of those. If you want to do obscure characters like Phantom Rider, you could do him on the team. There are a lot of different members that have been members of the Midnight Suns that you could put together to put a really good team together to give a more spooky side, darker side of the MCU. And that may be something that Mahershala Ali had conversations with Marvel Studios about joining, or when he does come, it's going to be leading the Midnight Suns. Now, is that something he wants to do? Don't know. We haven't heard anything from Mahershala Ali at all. We haven't even heard anything official from Marvel about the Midnight Suns. This is all coming from scoopers. But the Midnight Suns is something, again, that has been rumored for quite some time. If Blade was going to make an appearance outside of his own film, I would prefer it be his own film, but if he's going to make an appearance outside of his own film, I wouldn't mind it being Midnight Suns at all. And of course, have him lead it. You owe that to Mahershala Ali. Remember, Marvel didn't go to Mahershala Ali. Mahershala Ali went to Marvel, but in Kevin Feige's words, when Mahershala Ali knocks on your door or calls your phone, you answer the phone call and you give him whatever he wants. And they gave him Blade because he said he wanted Blade. But here we are again. That was in 2019, I believe, at Hall H or whenever it was that he came on stage. And that was almost 10 years ago. So almost 10 years ago, and we still have nothing from Blade. We've heard nothing from Mahershala Ali except from his lawyer for the messy shit that was going on. So I don't know. The question also remains, is Mahershala Ali even still attached to Marvel? Is his name even still under Blade for them? Did he walk away? Did they part ways with him? Was there messy conversations behind the scenes? These are all things we don't know. But if he does make a if he does make a debut, it could be in the Midnight Suns. And according to this from James Mack, it could be even Secret Wars. That is a closer project for him to show up in than Midnight Suns. And in my opinion, if you're going to do Secret Wars and have him come in, because you're likely going to have Wesley Snipes as Blade there, yes, go ahead and do it. Let him debut in Secret Wars first. Have it be the exact same Blade, though. Don't have it be a Blade from a different universe. Or go ahead and have Wesley's be the Blade from a different universe or whatever. Have his be the Blade from this universe and have that transfer, that Blade, the stuff that he's done in Secret Wars and whatever, transfer over to the Midnight Suns. That way audiences have seen him as Blade and know that it's the exact same Blade that we spent time with in Secret Wars. Have him come in for that. But this article here is saying Mahershala Ali's Blade rumored to debut in Avengers Secret Wars, where it says, according to some new Barside buzz, Mahershala Ali Blade is rumored to make his debut in Avengers Secret Wars. This comes from this is coming from Snyder. Okay, I thought this was coming from James Mack. On this week's edition of the Hot Mic, oddly not one of the scoops, but part of the streamable question section. You can watch for yourself on the timeline. Yeah, let's see that. It's at 1:19. Let's see.
We're seeing writer or director. What would a Lord and Miller Police Academy studio tell him to sit down?
Luca,
Executives who crash out, who don't change the independent film movement at the beginning of the 90s. All these voices came in and the audiences were there for them. I don't know if that's happening necessarily just yet. So let's see if more voices come through. Then we can make some sea changes. That being said, there should be some changes already. So I hear what you're saying, Dennis, for sure. All right, Super Streamlabs. Ooh, we've got a few of these here. SL says there have been a lot of rumors about new sequels for Pirates of the Caribbean, Jurassic Park, and Transformers. Which film would you expect to hit theaters first, and which one of the three could you see never?
It ain't got shit to do with.
Well, I think Jurassic Park's definitely coming.
Still think
I didn't see shit about Blade. I'm at a minute 19.
like I don't know about this show.
Can't y'all talk about philosophical concepts?
Okay, well, I'm not going to keep looking for it. However, the gist is that the question got onto Marvel, and that currently the only movie they're casting for is X-Men. I believe that. I really believe that, because I believe that that's their last oompha. You know, if they fuck up the X-Men, it's not that Marvel goes away. They're still going to keep making movies, but I truly do believe that they really lose whoever the fuck they haven't lost already. John Roca said that the current if they fuck up the X-Men, John Roca said the current movies are more about everyone coming back, and we've seen before Snyder has a mischievous look as he suggests someone we haven't seen in the MCU yet will show up. He clearly hints at Ali through his Oscar wins and leaves it here. It sounds like he heard Ali is in Secret Wars, but doesn't want to outright stake it his rep on that claim yet, or is maybe spilling some stuff he said he wouldn't. Who knows? Okay. So, oh no, it goes on here. The last we heard rumor-wise was that Ali would appear as Blade within the Midnight Suns, which is far more likely to get made than a solo Blade movie. I think we all therefore assumed that would be his debut post Secret Wars. Ali was announced as Blade years ago, and a solo movie that has never happened. If it had happened when it was supposed to, chances are Ali would be in these Avengers movies, perhaps. Getting him into Secret Wars helps tie him into the role long term. A lot of guesswork on my part, but the rumor is the rumor, so judge for yourself. As always, let us know what you think, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I would say do it this way. I would say you bring him in, if this is true and it's actually Ali doing it, I would say you bring him in for Secret Wars, have it be the same Blade that we're going to be going on, post Secret Wars in the same universe, the same Blade that's going to go on to lead the Midnight Suns and etc. Have him here, give him a bigger role too. I would have him, maybe not obviously so much a part of the Avengers, but seriously helping them try to save his universe, try to save his world and things like that. So I would do it that way and then have him come in. Again, that is the assumption that Ali is even still connected to any of this, because he may not be. He may not give a flying shit about the MCU anymore. He may not give a care about Blade, especially with the treatment of how especially with his treatment and how he's been treated over at Marvel. So he may not. But the Midnight Suns thing has been a rumor for a while, and it may be happening. It may not be, but I do not see it coming, obviously, before Secret Wars. And it wouldn't make sense to come. I don't know how early in post Secret Wars it would even come. With them focusing heavy on the mutant saga, we know that Black Panther 3 is going to be in that slate somewhere. Probably Shang-Chi 2 in that slate somewhere. So, and whatever other new projects they may have. So we'll see. But, as always, question is for you guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Are you excited for Blade? Do you even give a damn about Blade anymore in the MCU? Because this has been a very long journey with no new info, with no light at the end of the tunnel, no nothing. Unless you specifically have spoken to Mahershala Ali and gotten something new, there's nothing new here. Mia Goth was the one. That's her name. Mia Goth was the one that gave that weird interview. So, yeah, we'll see. You guys let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Are you excited for Blade? Do you care about Blade? Would you prefer him in Secret Wars, or would you prefer him in his own solo thing, or showing up as the leader of the Midnight Suns? Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let's see. Oh, Raymond. What's up, Raymond? Raymond's here. Raymond said, damn, he still signed on to be Blade. That's what I'm saying, brother. I don't even know. Yes, Johnny, love you too, brother. I don't even know. I don't even know, Raymond. I don't. I don't. Man, I don't know. He might be. He might be. Lawrence said, I will believe Blade and T'Challa stuff when it happens, when it specifically comes from Marvel Studios. That's my thing. I've got to hear it from Marvel Studios. Lawrence also said, we still haven't gotten the Blade game. That was announced in 2023. Yeah. But so was the same game. The Wolverine game was announced in 2023 also, and we've gotten it. Nothing from the Blade game. The only thing from the Blade game that we got, and I can actually show that, only thing from the Blade video game we got was that trailer.
Votre attention, le soleil est sur le point de se coucher. Tous les citoyens sont priés de se mettre à l'abri en intérieur jusqu'à l'aube. Attention, the sun is currently setting. All citizens are required to shelter indoors.
Turn that shit up. Relax, man. I don't bite. Lock up tight now. Night's just getting started.
It's tough. Yeah, that shit is tough. And it's just not hard to do Blade. It's just really not hard to do Blade. I don't know what's going on with this game. This is one I did play the Spider-Man game, so this is one I'm likely playing Wolverine as well. So this is one I would play. So I'm not sure what's going on with this game, but yeah, that's the only thing we've gotten. Anonymous said the Blade in Marvel Zombies was goated. I did watch Marvel Zombies. I did like that scene between him and Ghost. I did like that scene. Sheila's Fantasy said, gonna be collecting SSI by the time we see how Lee has Blade. D-Sizzle said, in my CV Wonder voice, I'll believe it when I see it. Blue said, Mahershala Ali not coming back to play Blade. I can believe that. I honestly could. Bucky Love said they should have been introduced him in another MCU film. They should have. I don't know why not show him instead of just doing the voice thing. Why not show him? I mean, that was, post-credit scenes was supposed to be that, that whole thing that get people excited. But and I out of the post-credit scenes for Eternals, that was the one everybody was talking about, because they knew, if you know the lore of stuff, people know that is Blade. And then Lawrence said Mahershala Ali and ScarJo went to Jurassic Park and made bank. Marvel playing games with these people's check. They did. She's about to star in. She's doing another Jurassic Park, and she's about to do The Exorcist. Andre said, "Yeah, we won't be seeing Mahershala Ali Blade. Might as well recast." Lucky Love said he should have been in Doctor Strange too. Lawrence said, if you wanted to make money, bet that we would get a Jurassic World Rebirth sequel before Blade. And it's happening. That's coming before. 2019 new Blade announced, 2026 rumors announced. Xavier said they let a gifted actor sit on the shelf with no movie for all this time. Things are in dire circumstance, for sure. Blue said he heard it'd be Wesley in Secret Wars. I believe Wesley's going to be there as well. If Mahershala Ali is even coming into the fold as Blade, I believe he'll be there as well. But I think they'll have both of them. But I think Wesley is for sure. For Wesley, I think is for sure there regardless. Ali is the one in question. D Sizzle said actor age, these characters don't. Yep. That is true. They tell you the timestamp. I know. I went to it. I thought, oh, was it a minute 19? I thought it was an hour 19. Lauren said, by the time Blade happens, they will need to recast and put in Yolande Noel or Trevant Rhodes. Trevant. Lauren said, I'm sure he had talks with ScarJo, but I'm sure they did talk about it. She probably asked him, so what happened with your Marvel gig? Baby Tashiro said, is people even feeling Ali as Blade anymore? That's the... I still wouldn't mind him as a Blade, but I'm also not like, I'm not married to it. I could care less if he is or not. You can get somebody else in. Bucky Love said that script must be trash, so no director wants to touch it. Well, you know, they had changed it so much. It was supposed to be like, at one point, it was going to be like a passing of the torch, where he was going to be in the film, but he's going to be passing everything he knew and everything over to his daughter. Said, I think the momentum is lost, to be honest, but maybe it's just me. No, it's not just you. Like I said, I'm not married to Ali as Blade. I still wouldn't mind it, but if you got somebody else, you got somebody else. Dirty Joker said, Blade ain't coming, plus Ali's like 55 now. Yeah, he is older. That was one of the things I kept saying. I think one of the thumbnails I made during all that talk about, is he doing it, is he not? I put his face through an ager and made him older, because I was like, oh yeah, but by the time we do get him, this is what he's going to look like. Let's see. Vaseline said Ray will have her own movie before Blade does. That's very accurate too. I believe that. Lauren said, if they do a Ray movie, double homicide to Star Wars after Mando. Man, Mando made a total of 265 yesterday. So it is, I think, the lowest grossing Star Wars. I think is it lower than Solo? I think it is. Lawrence also said, why on the wall? Why on the wall it got the same two hairstyles they give every black man in a video game or in an animation, period. Are you a barber? You got yourself. He was scared, man. He was scared. D Sizzle said there's been a lot of reconstructing at Microsoft. Devs are still working on Blade, but that doesn't mean it'll get finished. Raymond said, and the game is very happening. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Let me see. Neri said Marvel fumbled the bag with this one. Indeed. Dave's Justin said, should be Damson Idris since Blade is from UK. I wouldn't mind Damson being him over T'Challa. I still say give T'Challa to Aldous Hodge. Abundance said, after Major, T'Challa, and Blade, I want him to run away from the MCU. Oh, Solo made more? Okay. Solo did make, okay, so Solo did make more. Oh, well, then, yeah, Mando is officially, but, no one should really be shocked by the Mandalorian and Grogu's lack of success. I mean, a lot of us said it before the film even came out. It never looked like anything. It never looked like anything. So you could have kept it. Vaseline said, I actually enjoyed parts of Solo. The Mando movie was pointless and boring. I enjoy parts of Solo. I don't think Solo is dog shit. There are parts of Solo I don't like, but I don't think it's dog shit. All right. Let's move here to the last topic that we have. And the last topic that we've got is Spider-Man's. So, yesterday, Marvel gave the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. Thought it was going to come out in the morning. It did not. It came out in the afternoon, and it was very, very, very good. Very good. Seeing it even though I've seen it, seeing it without the red X over it. Very good trailer. Very good trailer. This is incoming peak. I mean, it's so good. It's so good that they may top No Way Home. they may top No Way Home with this. This is really good. So bravo to them. I'm trying to pull it up from Marvel, not from. Here we go. So yeah, let's watch this trailer together, and we'll talk about it.
What is happening to me? Did you miss me, Spidey? I'm losing my mind. I am totally out of control. I gotta fix whatever this is right now.
Final semester MIT.
Dad, who do you think is actually watching these?
Maybe someone.
Okay, well, bye, someone.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to
Mhm.
suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
So could you get rid of the bad aspects but keep the good?
How would you decide what parts of nature are good or bad?
Sorry about that.
You're not one of my students, are you?
It appears we're faced with a threat we can't control. One we can't even see. You're the only one who's immune to it. You're the only one who can sense it.
And what do you think they're looking for?
Oh, see, you stumbled across my board. I'm not one of those weirdos, I swear.
He's a little weird. I'm MJ.
You two don't know each other?
Yo, Spider-Man, you okay? Did you get rid of that monster inside you?
Think I might go see how MJ's doing.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
Hey!
But you're in danger. You just have to trust me.
Fine. This whole thing can get really scary.
Who the hell is that?
Who the hell are you?
Frank, please. I don't have anywhere else to go.
By the people who love you, just gonna let him go himself? Love you because you're you.
If you're gonna do something, you better do it now.
Never forget that. No matter how powerful you become.
I miss you, mate. Huh. All right, just give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm not in high school anymore. Oh, did you stretch? You a big stretcher? It's so good for you. You ready?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go on to Josh. I thought that, like I said, I think that that was phenomenal. I think that was great.
Get exclusive.
I thought they did a damn good job on that. I mean, from day one, even when they were shooting in, what was it, Glasgow or wherever they were, when they were shooting, the practical web swinging, everything they were doing, I said from the very beginning that, of course, like every Spider-Man film, this is going to be another banger from them. This is going to be great. Tom Holland, watching him evolve as Peter, watching him evolve as Spider-Man has been obviously great since when he donned this role, 2015. So 11 years later, and we're still on this journey with Tom, and it looks great. Some of the things that we're looking at here, when his eyes are going dark. I saw that Blue mentioned. I wonder if they're going to mention the other. And for those not familiar, the other, I haven't read Marvel comics in a while, but I still am keyed on some of the stuff. The other is a comic line from like early 2000s, I believe, somewhere around there, early 2000s. It was just where Peter was exploring his evolution, his mortality, and it was like it was getting deeper into the spider being, all that type of stuff. And that's kind of, I think, what we're seeing here with his eyes are glossing over black. It's that him tapping into that other, that deeper self of him to to give him the ability to do some of the things that we're seeing him do in the trailers, like when he just picks up Scorpion and tosses him, and the way he does, the way that when his eyes go black and he's fighting the hand, how he does that web thing and then spins down at them. I think a lot of the stuff that we're seeing, and he's saying a lot, like at the very beginning, like he says here, let's listen to what he says.
What is happening to me? Did you miss me, Spidey? I'm losing my mind. I am totally out of control. I gotta fix whatever this is right now.
Final semester MIT.
So yeah, when he says he's totally out of control, he's losing his mind, he doesn't know what's happening, he's got to fix whatever this is right now. So he doesn't know what's happening. So I think whenever again I'm sure he's going to learn throughout the movie, especially by the time we probably get to the hand, that he's probably going to learn that what it is. If he can tap into that part of his spider being, then he can do some pretty remarkable things. So and it also dives, that comic, the other, also dives into like his like diving into the shifting of his powers, the cocoon stuff that we've seen, where he does the cocoon. It dives into all that. I think I could probably pull that some images from that comic up. I don't, and they also said that we're not going to see him actually turn into Man Spider or anything like that. But probably some weird stuff will happen, maybe in a dream sequence or something like that. But again, looks good. So that's what we're seeing that there with the part of his eyes glossing over black. Now let's go through this some more.
Dad, who do you think is actually watching these?
Maybe someone.
Obviously, still watching, and his friends, Ned and Zendaya, Ned and MJ, who he obviously they don't know him due to the effects of the spell from No Way Home. No one still knows who he is. He is now literally your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, living the poor life and everything like that. Now, what they did say is that I guess they're doing the whole Sam Raimi Spider-Man deal. Remember how when Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man moved into the apartments complex, he had the landlord that was always asking for the rent. I think his daughter's name was like Ursula or something like that. He's going to have one of Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to have one of those in his apartment complex where she is going to be crushing on him and things like that. It's going to be a blonde-haired girl. So in this poor lifestyle he's living, he is making other connections or whatever. Now, I don't think that's going to culminate in a relationship or anything because he's still after MJ, obviously, but he is going to have other presence of relationships in his life.
Well, bye, someone.
And the organic webbing that we're seeing. And that was something that was rumored, something that was talked about before the trailers even came out, is that he was going to have the organic webbing. A lot of people were going back and forth with that, though. Some of the scoopers were saying, no, it's not organic webbing. Some of the scoopers were saying it's just a dream sequence. And it looks like, no, it's actually Peter, our Spider-Man, is getting the organic webbing. And I prefer that personally. I know a lot of people like the web shooters thing. I like the organic webbing. I've always been a fan of the organic webbing because if you're going to have the superpowers, I don't feel as if I have to have. Now, I do like the organic webbing in certain instances because it puts Peter in situations where he's like, he has to figure out when he runs out of web, he's got to figure out, how am I going to get myself out of this situation? He's got to use his abilities and superpowers in other ways without the web. So that sometimes I like that in certain situations, but I'm just a fan of the organic webbing because it's just quintessential superhero powers and he's a superhero. So I prefer that.
Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
Okay. I think I've said this before too. I'm not a fan, never have been a fan of Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, Bruce Banner. I think his Hulk version is fine. Him as Bruce Banner, I've just never cared for. I really haven't.
So could you get rid of the bad aspects but keep the good?
How would you decide what parts of nature are good or bad?
Well, sorry about that.
You're not one of my students, are you?
It appears we're faced with a threat we can't control. One we can't even see.
Okay, and Tremel Tillman, as we've talked about before, is playing William Metzer. So William Metzer is a mutant hater. and I guess works for damage control. So what that rumor I talked about yesterday is suggesting that damage control has been, they are damage control, but they are damage control, I guess, in name alone. They have been operating under other things. They have been obviously controlling certain situations, the damage control, but they have also been operating under doing other things under that operation as far as hunting mutants. And according to rumors, they currently have certain mutants in custody already. I will show you this really quickly. Somebody made this on Twitter. Someone made this on Twitter and I shared it yesterday. This here. As you can see, the Department of Damage Control. Now, this is not Marvel Studios official or anything like that. This is just, again, playing into that rumor. This says rumors are already starting, and I've been working on these since January. That's how old these rumors are. These rumors have been going for a while. Perfect timing to post it, I hope. Use this cool promo made from Wonder Man to base as the base, by the way. MCU X-Men lineup and cast thread. So this one is one. This is he cast a fan cast as Levi Miller as Scott Summers. He's got another one here. Obviously you've got Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, and you've got another one here of Jamie Lawson as Aurora Monroe Storm, which is these are dope, by the way. These are really, really cool. I hope hold on, we'll get through these. And then you've got another one here as who's the actress? Who's this actress? Anyway, she's playing Rogue. Yeah, playing Rogue here. So very cool, all of these. And then you've got another one. Who are we here? Is this Havoc? Or not Havoc? Sunspot. Who is this? Extremely dangerous molecule acceleration. I'm assuming this is Sunspot. Thanks for charming. I'm not seeing in the description, but I think it's Sunspot. Then you got Charles Xavier, who people are casting, old dude from the Conjuring series, fan casting him as Patrick Wilson. So who was before Patrick Wilson then? Who is this? Okay, Joss Hudson as Remy Laveau as Gambit. Okay, I could see that. And then she was cast as fan casted as Rogue. He's got there. Then we've got as Magneto. Okay, very dope, very dope. And these are super cool. I love these. And the reason I showed these in with the Spider-Man stuff is simply because, again, it has been heavily rumored that the damage control is operating as damage control, but also operating under sanctions under damage control. And one of those sanctions is that they are already have mutants in custody, and some of those mutants, I'm sure, are not, some of these mutants are not in custody, but files on mutants as well. I'm sure they probably have files on Charles. They probably have files on Magneto. And that would be a very, very, very dope post-credit scene or Easter egg or something to see within the movie. That'd be so dope. But having some type of that they've got files on all these guys, and then we're moving forward into Mutant Saga, that would be exciting, bro. That would be a post-credit scene to talk about for sure. But there's also the rumors that they've got some mutants in custody, and if they do have mutants in custody, it's likely mutants that are more the obscure mutants in custody that they've got. Mr. Immortal is technically considered a mutant, so I wouldn't, something like that they may have in custody within the MCU already. So that is something that it's exciting that we could possibly see in Spider-Man, but we'll move on with the trailers. And again, that's just William Metzer, Tremel Tillman.
You're the only one who's immune to it.
Okay, this part too, I saw somebody said it in the chat, and I saw it yesterday during the trailer, and I asked the same thing. Why the fuck is Frank immune to it? So I'm not sure if Frank, if Frank is immune to it. It seems like from this, he is immune to what's going on with Jean Grey. If this again is indeed Jean Grey, and she's the one that is using her powers to, like we've seen Jean do this before, where she has stopped, paused, literally what time, paused everybody's motion and everything like that. So we've seen her do this before. We've seen it, I think it was with an X1, X2, whichever X-Men. I think it's X1 where she does it. So I don't know why Frank is not affected here. I thought from what they said, from what Tillman was telling Peter, that he thinks that Peter seems to be the only one immune to it, and I assume that's because of the spider sense. But it seems like Frank may be also.
You're the only one who can sense it.
And what do you think they're looking for?
Oh, see, you stumbled across my board. I'm not one of those weirdos, I swear.
He's a little weird. I'm MJ.
You two don't know each other?
And she's now with Ezra Bridger.
Yo, Spider-Man, you okay? Did you get rid of that monster inside you?
Think I might go see how MJ's doing.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get.
And this is just dope. Having Savage Hulk back. We haven't seen Savage Hulk since he got his ass kicked by Thanos. So this is really dope to see Savage Hulk back.
That big.
Then the clap, dope.
Hey. But you're in danger. You just have to trust me.
Fine. This whole thing can get.
I will say, one of the things I dislike about everything is how fast we've brought Ned and MJ back into the fold. I feel like, could we not just go, like, this could have been a great time to introduce Harry. This could have been a great time to introduce the Osborns, to introduce Norman. And who's to say that doesn't happen? I mean, granted, I feel like that would have gotten out if that was something that was in this movie, like everything else that's gotten out. But this would have been a great time to introduce the Osborns. He could have become friends with Harry. He could have been, the whole, if you watch your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, that would have been a way to do it. Let him meet Harry. Norman's now, not to do the whole Iron Man deal that they're doing with in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but you could definitely have the Osborns here to where you're not making the same connections that the spell was supposed to do away with. Not saying that he ever was letting, because we saw that at the end of No Way Home, he was never letting go of Ned and MJ. He was still trying to, he even wanted to give MJ that letter at the end of No Way Home, but didn't. I just think that distance time would have been great. Let them stay in MIT, let them go to MIT, let them stay wherever they are, and let Peter be the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man without trying to pursue relationships with them. I thought that still would have been, could have done it that way.
Really scary.
Who the hell is that?
Who the hell are you?
Frank, please. I don't have anywhere else to go.
By the people who love you. Just gonna let him go myself? Love you because you're you.
If you're gonna do something, you better do it now.
Never forget that. No matter how powerful you become.
I miss you, mate.
It's a great scene here too. Hulk coming out of the building at Spider-Man. Great. Oh no, he was wrapped in web.
Huh. All right, just give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm not in high school anymore. Oh, did you stretch? You a big stretcher?
I love
It's
this
so
part.
good for you. You ready?
I like it because it's Spider-Man. It's very Spider-Man. That's very, very Spider-Man. So this trailer was great. I'm excited for it. I cannot wait for this movie. I have my tickets already. Tickets went on sale yesterday at 6 a.m. If you did not get your tickets, I believe obviously you probably still can. It just wouldn't be within. That depends on where you are too. Depends on where you are. My theater is sold out. I'm actually having to sit in the balcony. Yesterday, I think I said this yesterday, when I finally, because I had to wait in line. I was on an hour-long wait time in line online. And when I finally did get through and it let me in to pick my seats, I thought they were just doing because it was Spider-Man. They had Spider-Man's face where all the seats would be. And then they had some empty ones without Spider-Man's face. Well, I thought the empty ones without Spider-Man's face were the ones that people had already taken. Excuse me, that people had already taken. So I said, oh, damn, not a lot of people. So I'm clicking on this seat. And I'm like, why is it not letting me click the seat? Come to find out, obviously, the Spider-Man seats are the ones that people had already taken. So there were like 8 seats left. And I got some of them in the balcony. So yeah, I'll be seeing Spider-Man on the 29th, I believe. I believe. Let me double check that. Is it the 29th? Yeah, I think I'm seeing it on the 29th. So I'll be seeing it on the 29th, and I have my tickets and I'm ready. I'm ready to see it. So I can't wait to see this one as well. Now, the thing too with all of this is we're getting Savage Hulk back. We're going to potentially see Jean Grey and how all this is going to be playing out. They've also said, even though Keith David's voice is not in this trailer, Daniel RPK has come out this morning to let everybody know that don't get too excited about Keith David. Just his voice is in the movie. He, however, will not make an appearance. This is coming from Daniel RPK, where he says it is Keith David Washington is reportedly playing an Attenborough type of character in Spider-Man Brand New Day. It is also being reported that he will never be seen. So the speculation or rumors or whatever about him playing Jackal, he still could be Jackal, and maybe that is revealed in a post-credit scene where he is Jackal. But according to Daniel RPK, so that's a grain of salt that you can take this with, but Daniel a lot of the times is pretty accurate, that Keith David is not going to be seen in this movie. You will hear him, you just will not see him. So Jackal may be in the film, he may not be in the film. We do know that Scorpion's in the film, we know that Tombstone's in the film, we know that Boomerang's in the film, we know that Tarantula's in the film. I thought that would have been really cool they even put Rhino in it, but you're getting some good villains from Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery that are going to show up in this movie. It's how long a lot of them are going to be in the movie, I'm not really sure. I know it's Frank and Spider-Man that have to take down Hulk, and I hope that takedown, or however they do that, if they have to enlist in Jean's help again, or however it's done, I don't know. I hope it's not. I hope they don't. I hope it's not. We just got Hulk back. I don't want it to just be so easy to take the Hulk down. So. Yeah, looks great. Looks like it's gonna be really fun and a really good time, like every Spider-Man film typically is. I will say this too. I don't know if you guys saw this, that Tom Holland was suggesting, if you saw the Netflix show, limited series, Adolescence. Owen Cooper, I believe, is the actor's name that plays an adolescent. And now you've got Tom Holland throwing Owen Cooper's name into the ring, saying that he thinks that he would be great for his replacement for Spider-Man when it's all said and done. And I think before we talk about a replacement for Spider-Man and Tom Holland, we need to be talking about Miles Morales. Where the hell is Miles? We don't need to be talking about a replacement for Tom Holland Spider-Man until we get Miles in here. So let's talk about casting options for Miles Morales before we start talking casting options for the replacement for Tom Holland. And this is Owen Cooper, for those of you that are unfamiliar. This young lad is Owen Cooper, and he's also British. He's also a Brit. Now, could he be Spider-Man? I don't know. What's funny is he did an interview on Jimmy Fallon where he was he said his dream role is Spider-Man. With the right connections, it's all in who you know. With the right connections and Tom's pool that he has, maybe Tom could get that for the young guy. But we need to be talking about Miles. Lauren said, do you think that the young Michael could play Miles? Huh. My apologies. I accidentally pressed back. I wasn't trying to do that. My only issue with having him come in as Miles is he Afro Latino? And I know a lot of people that doesn't matter to you guys if Miles is Afro Latino, but it absolutely matters to me. I think that it's very important that Miles is played by an Afro Latino young actor, because that is a part of who Miles is. Let me see. Young Michael actor. What is his name? His name is Although I keep looking at him, I mean, yes, I could see him as Miles. What is his name though? Here he is, Giuliano. Let me pull up a picture of him. Is he black or is he Hispanic? Because his last name is not. Let me put. I know he's black. Is he full black? Rather. Born 2014, American child actor who gained global blah 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 blah. What's his ethnicity? Oh, he's Hispanic. He's mixed. He's mixed. So yes. Yes. Yeah. I actually could. Yes, that is my new fan cast choice. Actually, that is my new fan casting choice. Actually, I think that he would probably do really good as Miles, and he's a very good actor. He did great playing Michael. I watched him. I watched a lot of his stuff that he does on the red carpet and stuff. He's very well spoken. Yeah. Now let me show this here. I think I support that, and I actually endorse that heavily. I support that heavily. Yep, that's who I would cast as young Miles, because I'm not. There's not a whole bunch of kid actors' names that have been thrown in that ring, and the ones that have aged out of the role by this point in time. So yes, that's my vote. That's my vote. My vote for sure. I'm Too Fly Cam said 4 Peter Parkers before a single Miles is insane, but expect from racist as MCU. Yep. Namikaze said, I know this is going to be a hot take, but I really never cared for the. Oh, no, it's not a hot take. I don't care for her as MJ either. This version of MJ or Ned. Ned just annoys me, and MJ doesn't really do anything. I wish they just kept them out of this new trilogy. I wish they would have kept them out of it too. It just isn't. It didn't make sense for it to go through the whole nobody remembers me thing to at the end of this. Not that they remember who he is, but there's going to be some type of new connection made to where they're going to be back in his lives and things like that. And maybe at some point in time, maybe they do remember, or he reminds them or something and tells them or something. I don't know, but I don't like Zendaya as MJ. I never have. I think that they could have been left out of this as well. So what's up? Delegato said, I hope they buried May next to Uncle Ben. I don't want them to completely write him out. And the only thing about that is, outside of, what was it, Far From Home or Homecoming or whichever one it was, outside of the initials on his suitcase that said Ben Parker on it or whatever, there's been nothing about Uncle Ben in the MCU. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the Russos basically say that they're not, no, they're not doing the whole Uncle Ben thing? There will be no mention of Ben. Pluto 24 said, yeah, I don't like the time jump to their senior year to be able to bring them back. I don't either. Just could have done without it. Vaseline said, I agree. Why Ned and MJ again? So we never get the Osborns or Gwen Stacy. Will Miles have Gwen Stacy instead? Maybe. I mean, he does have Spider-Gwen, so maybe. Lauren said Norman had waves in a lineup. Coleman Domingo could be Norman. I mean, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of race swapping and things like that, but I don't like the race swapping when it also when it's if it's affecting like who the character is. But making Norman black really doesn't affect Norman. You're just not getting the white character that he always has been. But Coleman Domingo plays him in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And as I've said, I think that should be the MCU Spider-Man down to a T. And how he does Norman Osborn in that show is really great. And I think that he could play him live action. You could have a black Harry and a black Coleman or black Norman, but I would have introduced the Osborns. I'd have introduced the Osborns and Gwen, somebody else that's not who we literally just forgot about, or who they just made them forget about him. Pluto said, I don't think he's immune. I think if Jean's doing it, she's probably avoiding him. That's true too. It's true too. Anonymous said, the bubble stopped before Frank. You can see people still running behind him. So then, yeah, it's probably like Pluto said, that's Jean just probably manipulating who she affects. Who's running the DODC? I don't know. For a long time before No Way Home or during No Way Home, I used to think that the dude that was in who we saw with Damage Control in Ms. Marvel, we saw him with Damage Control in No Way Home, and I think we saw him with Damage Control somewhere else. I forget his name though. Agent something. I used to think I swore up and down he was a Skrull. That was during the time of Secret Invasion, before Secret Invasion had come out, when we thought Secret Invasion of the MCU was going to be worth a shit. DC Agent MCU. Him. I used to think he was a Skrull. So I don't think he's not in charge. P. Cleary, that's his name, Agent Cleary. He's not in charge of Damage Control. But I bet you whatever entity is over damage control, it's something that has something to do with mutants. Because I really do believe that rumor. Eugene says to keep David Jackal. That's the rumor, but again, Daniel says we won't see him. Destin is during Naruto next. He knows how to do fight sequences well. Said Hulk's too small. Blue said they also wasted Madam Web. She would have been right on this time. Oh yeah. You know what? I wouldn't even say you wasted Madam Web, because you could still use it. Ain't like nobody's checking that movie for lore, or checking that movie for connections to the MCU. Fuck that movie. That whole entire movie is one giant fucking premonition. Fuck that movie. You could still bring Madam Web in. I've never even seen Madam Web. I refuse. I stopped watching the Sony shit once they lied to. I've never seen Morbius. I refuse. When they lied to us during Morbius and said that, hey, this is going to be the first one with Spider-Man connections, and he may even actually be in it. And then at the last minute, they said, psych, we took all that shit out. I was like, oh yeah, I'm done. What the fuck? So yeah, fuck Madam Web. You can still bring her in. Blue also said, if that's Jean, then her power set is way OP at this point in time. That's the thing too. She's young. Her power set is way OP. She hasn't, to our knowledge, she doesn't know Charles. There's no X-Men. It's interesting. That's the story I want. I want the backstory on all of this. Like, if she is Jean, where have you explain? People were struggling to get tickets because Dolby has less seats than IMAX. Yeah, that's this whole not doing it at IMAX thing is pretty crazy. Andre said people are ready for another Spider-Man. I'm sure it will do as well as No Way Home or better. Lauren said David's character Unseen is the main villain, maybe Shadow King or Mindworm, if I had to guess. We will see. I thought Tombstone was the main villain. Andre said at least Tom Holland realizes that recasting continues the character. Agent Black said, not being fictitious, I'm genuinely curious. So you said, well, why wasn't it important for young Michael? Why wasn't it important for young Michael to be Black American? It's a good question. I think because he is Black, because that boy is Black, he's Giuliano, or however you pronounce his name, because he is Black, there's that whole one drop rule. If you got one drop, you're Black. Because for his life, he's only going to be seen as a Black man. He's not going to be seen as a half Black, half Hispanic man. When he gets pulled over, he's going to be identified as Black. If he gets seen in public, he's going to be identified as Black. When he takes roles, most people are going to assume that he is full Black. not to say that, that then negates the fact that he is not full black and then pushes him toward, a better opportunity at the role of Michael, but because he is seen as black and he will be, I tell my mixed little cousin's mom is white, and I tell her all the time when there are certain situations, no matter how you feel, the world is going to view these boys as black. They're black, regardless. You might, see them as mixed in your children and the hair and all that kind of stuff, but those boys are black and they're going to be viewed as black. And I think that's the same thing with Giuliano. He's viewed as black and that's the reason I believe that kind of sets the role apart from Miles. Miles, obviously, it's same thing, is viewed as black, but because we've not had a Hispanic, when it comes to representation, it's important. I think that's the main thing. It's because it's important representation wise. When my cousin Q, when he was on, Q is mixed. When Q was here on one of my co-hosts, that was his thing. He kept saying, one of the biggest things I hate is I don't have heroes that look like me. I don't have heroes that I can say, well, that I relate to that character because that character is me. That character is mixed. That character is biracial or whatever it may be. And I think so for that aspect of it, having him be Afro-Latino for representation purposes, it matters. And I hope that I worded that somewhat okay. Xavier said, that'd be great casting. I'm here for it. Lauren said, that'd be Pete because Michael wanted to be Spider-Man. It's very true. I know Jafar is half black and Colombian. Not sure about the kid. Yeah, Jafar is. Pluto said, honestly, I won't mind if they make her a little OP. Her live action portrayals so far make her seem useless unless she taps into the Phoenix. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Lauren said he's black. He was born in America. One of his parents might be from somewhere else. Nice. Abundance said Sony ain't doing live action Miles until after. Yeah, that's what they said. That's what Amy Pascal said. But I always thought that the Beyond the Spider-Verse stuff, I thought that Miles was going to be our live action Miles. I thought he was eventually going to break into live action or something like that. The last movie is called Beyond the Spider-Verse, so I thought Beyond the Spider-Verse, maybe that's coming out around the same time as Secret Wars Doomsday time. I thought maybe, just maybe, they might make the connections with Miles being such an important part of Secret Wars, but maybe not. Maybe not. All right. Lawrence also said, I can never pronounce his last name, but David Owiligo, or however you say it. What did he say? I think Marcus was talking about this on Thursday. I didn't see exactly what he said, but I think Marcus was talking about this on Thursday. But yeah. Oh yeah. I remember. Okay, so it was those comments that he made. It was the comments about, I remember that. Keith David as Shadow King would be better pick than as Jackal. Why was everybody going with Jackal? Why did everybody think that he was Jackal over the Shadow King? They have they've made the Shadow King in Marvel Legends. Okay. That's about it. He linked slavery in Serbians to Southern black accent. Oh, I'll have to go watch that. I'm gonna have to go watch it. All right, guys, that is that's what we got for the day. That is the stream for today. I will be back this evening with Chill and maybe Blue. Blue, if you're still here, I might need to hit you up to have you come join me and chill this evening. Marcus is going to be unavailable, but I'll message you. I might even try to get Miss Tina see if she's available. So we'll be live this evening. If you like what you saw here, go ahead and hit that subscription button because it helps me out big time. Help me out. Hit that subscription button. Hit that like button. Share. Get more people over here to join these live chats. Let's grow it and get it even bigger. So I'll be back this evening for the Pantheon stream with Chill and guest, and I will see you guys then. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, no, there's not. So like, subscribe, everyone, share with your friends, and I will see. And I appreciate everybody today. I appreciate the supers as well. I appreciate the supers from Vaseline and from Arthur. It means a lot. Thank you guys so much for that support on that level, and for just for being here, for Karen. So I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see all of you guys in the very next video. Peace out, Johnny. Appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day. See you later this evening. Come back for Pantheon. Most of you guys always do because it's always fun. So come back for Pantheon. See you later. Peace.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, hallelujah.